our guest, Reverend Mike Roberts from Grace Baptist, has a word he wants to share.
Thank you. And thanks for allowing me to speak. I didn't show up thinking this was going to happen. Forgive the notes. I jotted some stuff down real quick. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
All right. You all know the issues better than I do. You don't need me to tell you what they are. But I'd like to clarify a thing or two. Is it true that Bill Robertson is refusing to abide by the arbitrator's decision about safe brakes?
Yes.
Is it true he spied at you during the June rally?
Yeah.
Does he have a beard? No beard? Yes or no? Has he got a beard? I got to tell you, I always wonder about guys like that. It takes a serious lack of integrity to do this kind of stuff, and I don't know how a man like that faces a mirror often enough to shave. I basically just want to tell you that you're not alone. You're not the first workers to be in a situation like that, and you're not the last workers who are going to be in a situation like this. Who, in fact, was the first labor organizer? Anybody? Anybody? Who?
Probably.
A little older than that. Moses was the first labor organizer. He led the ultimate walkout, right?
A long one.
Big one, big walkout. There's another thing, one little point I want to make about Jesus. There's a lot of misunderstanding about who Jesus was and what he did. The heart of his ministry was trying to retain the connective tissue among peasants while the Romans and the temple authorities were trying to break them up. Oftentimes when he tells these parables that involve owners, they have traditionally been interpreted as God figures. It's frequently wrong. The parable he told about the workers in the vineyard, where an employer went out at 5 in the morning, and then 9, and then noon, and then 3, and then 5, and at the end of that day paid all of them 1 denarius. There's something you have to understand. These were day laborers. A denarius was a slave wage. These folks had a life expectancy of 2.5 years. They died because they only got a denarius a day. And when the folks who had been hired first complained that they got the same amount of money that the folks who had been hired last, the employer did a classic thing. He pointed to one of those folks. He wouldn't face the group. He pointed to one of them and told them that, hey, they had been ungrateful. It's a common employer strategy to try to pit workers against workers. He was just trying to destroy what? What was he trying to destroy?
Unity.
Solidarity is the word I got on my mind.
Conquer and divide, and you don't have a unity.
That's exactly right. Conquer and divide.
Some people against somebody, and somebody else would fight, and nobody's unity, and that's what they want.
The playbook hasn't changed a whole lot in 2,000 years. So, I know these are tough times for unions. There may come a day when oaths between working men and women are broken. There may come a day when we don't stand together anymore. But I want to tell you right now, would the nurses from Tacoma General raise their hands, please? When I point to you, just yell out your first name. What's your name? Brooke. Mira. If Mira stands with Brooke, and Brooke stands with Phoebe, and Phoebe stands with Danielle, and Danielle stands with Virginia, and the other unions stand with you, and I stand with you, and the other churches stand with us, and the other religions stand with us, and the other civic groups stand with us. That day will not be today. We will not lose solidarity on our watch.
That's right.
The power to win this is in your hands. Don't let them split you. I promise to stand here with you. And if the others here are willing to stand with you too, let's hear it. Thank you.
And we are here to stand together for all of you. And you know what?